Yes, so we are live. We are live. Hello, guys. Good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia. If you just see me for the first time, thank you. Welcome. I'm a Nigerian who lives here in South Africa, and yes, I make various content. I'm sure you will like it here on this channel. I tried to log on via just normal YouTube, but it was giving issues. So pardon me if you jumped on the live stream earlier. Okay. I don't know if it's even on. Can anyone see me, hear me? Say hello if you can see me or hear me. Yeah, so without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about, I just saw this video and I found it very, I don't know. I just want us to talk about it. It says, so the topic is, why would Julius Malema of South Africa be denied UK visa? Africa is time to wake up. Okay. So guys, it's going to be a very quick one. I'm just trying to get into my routine of live streaming those days. So pardon me if we are making it as short as possible so that people will just jump in and watch. But we'll get into the routine again. Okay. So yeah, let's play this video so we can understand it personally, or we can understand it well. I can't even see anyone. I don't know. Can anyone see me or hear me? Please say hello. I was trying to log on earlier. Okay. So
says he has been denied a visa to London, claiming it's an attack on his dissenting political perspective. Malema's taken to social media claiming British authorities provided no substantial justification for their decision. He was said to attend a
So what we are trying to discuss here is that Honorable Julius Malema, who is the head of a known political party here in South Africa, EFF, was denied a British visa. Okay, so this is the discussion. So just listen, then I'll say what I think. Then you guys can say what you think. Then yeah, call it a day.
South Africans in particular. There is a very disturbing story here, but not surprising at all. The leader of the economic freedom fighters, Julius Malema, was denied visa to London. Malema was due to address at Cambridge University. Julius Malema was rejected.
Okay, so Honorable Malema was not just going on a visit. Okay, so let's get that straight. Or he was not just going as a tourist. He was going to address at the Cambridge University for African students. So he was going for a reason, a good reason, not just for tourism or just for a visit.
Simply because of his ideas and nothing else. The British government just denied a visa to Julius Malema of South Africa. Apparently, they are scared. Apparently, they are scared. Julius Malema, if there is anybody to be talked about as a Pan-Africanist, a true Pan-Africanist, who is a legitimate potential leader of the African movement. A healthy smile.
So the point is that I agree with this person on the point. He said that Honorable Malema is a Pan-Africanist. From all his ideologies, if you follow him very well, you know that he is this person that has that's always about Africa and moving Africa forward. So, okay, let's get to. Okay.
Of the videos of what other people think and what they have to say about.
So I'm getting this from one of our YouTubers, African T. Please follow her if you're not following her yet. Okay, so that you will hear it very well.
To London, claiming it's an attack on his dissenting political perspective. Malema's taken to social media claiming British authorities provided no substantial justification for their decision. He was said to attend a conference at Cambridge University. In a post on social media.
So the point is that Honorable Malema, when you apply for a visa, if you're rejected, I've been rejected British visa before, and it was very flimsy. Anyway, I'll get into that later. In fact, my whole family, my husband was going for his graduation. He studied at University of London. I don't know if it makes sense to say it here, but anyway, he did his master's degree with the University of London and he was going for his graduation and he was denied visa, providing all the evidence that I'm a student. I graduated just to go for my master's, what's it called, graduation, and I work here as a medical doctor. I got my degree. I want to just go just for a week plus that we wanted to go for the ceremony, and he was denied. So I know how that denying feels. And another thing about the British, when they deny you, they don't give good reasons. They were just like, because on a normal day, say America, when they deny you, they can say for reasons that this happened, this you didn't provide this document, this happened, but British, they'll just tell you, oh, you're denied, reasons. They'll say you can appeal or not appeal. That's how they just say it. So I understand what Honorable Malema is saying, but when he says that they were not giving, he was not given a very good reason why he was denied. Okay, that part I can say. Let's go ahead.
Media platform X, leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, said he's currently at the Tambo International Airport as he was promised that his visa would be sorted by 3:30 this afternoon, only to be sent a letter 4 hours before his departure, upholding the decision to deny him entry.
Can you imagine? I find it very, very offensive. You were told that your visa is going to come out in 3 hours and you were at the airport already waiting, and now he was sent an email that sorry, that his visa is being denied. Really? That's very, very, I don't know how other people think. I don't know what your thoughts are. Whatever your thoughts are, share it on the comment section. But according to Honorable Malema, this was what happened. His visa, he was already waiting to board, right? He was already at the airport, and he's told his visa is going to come out in the next 3 hours. Just wait, and then what he gets is an email saying that he was denied. Like, so for me, it's a very, very offensive. But let's go on.
Statement. The party details how Malema was invited to the Cambridge University to make an address this weekend at the institution's annual Africa Together conference. The EFF says the UK is not only suppressing academic freedom by essentially banning Malema from traveling to the country, but is also making an open declaration of war against those who stand up.
So I don't know if it's a ban. I don't think a denial is a ban, but somehow they are trying to tell you that we don't want you in our country at this point in time. That's what a denial is, not necessarily a ban. If you're given a ban, probably you'll be notified that you're being banned. At least when I hear people say that they were banned from US and all that, they are telling you you're not allowed to enter in the next 10 years. That's how a ban feels like. But a denial is not a ban, but it feels like it's a rejection. So I don't know. Yeah.
To the British monarchy. They believe the decision by British authorities is in retaliation to condemnation by Malema.
So, what do you guys think on the comment section? Just share your thoughts. Do you think this is okay? Do you think it's fair? Do you think he should just, he should have just say, okay, it's fine. It's one of those things, taking it. Because I feel as though one thing about every country is that you're allowed to enter any country with a good reason. If you have a good legitimate reason to enter a country, especially if you're going for a conference, a talk, or anything, and you have reasons, one thing countries want to see is that you're going to go back to your country. That's what every country wants to see. If you prove to them that you will go back to where you're coming from, they should ordinarily, if they don't have any grudge against you, they should ordinarily allow you to come into the country and do whatever you're going to do. But all the same, it's still within their jurisdiction, right? It's still within their discretion, rather, right, to allow you into the country. But I feel as though if all things being equal, and if like it looks like he showed all the document, he showed all the proof that he was going for a conference in the Cambridge University, right? It was a conference this weekend. If he showed all the proof and all the document, ordinarily he should be allowed to enter into the Great Britain, British country. Okay.
Fellow South Africans in particular, there is a very disturbing story here that not surprising at all. The leader of the economic freedom fighters, Julius Malema, was denied visa to London. Malema was due to address at Cambridge University. Julius Malema was rejected simply because of his ideas and nothing else. Simply because of his political views and nothing else. Let me tell you what happened. It was back in 2015 when Julius Malema was invited.
So Tell me, guys, do you think it's due to his ideas? I know that Honorable Malema comes off as sometimes very opinionated, but do you think it's due to his ideas? I think this person saying this thing is a South African, and he's saying that he was rejected due to his ideas. Okay, do you guys agree with me? Just share on the comment section. But I know on my own, I will say that he comes out, most times he comes out as a very opinionated, politician, in my own opinion.
To address at Oxford University, where he exposed London, where he actually explained what the EFF and what he seeks to achieve and what he represents. Julius Malema explained that actually we need Africa to be an equal partner. That actually nobody should extract the minerals of Africa without our involvement. I remember Julius Malema making an example of Marikana, where he even said there in London that it was London mine that analyzed or that actually took the lives of our people, right, in Marikana because of profit. Right? So that's precisely what happened. And let me tell you, you have been denied visa because you are black. There's no other way to put it. There is no visa required for white people who are from London to South Africa or to Africa. It is just free movement because they are white. But when it's black, you can be rejected at any time, particularly when you hold the views that.
So this is one thing that this opinion is is an opinion of his, but I sometimes it comes across as that, like as I was trying to tell you, when my husband, who is, if you see somebody that is doing something legitimate, legal, and all that, you will know, okay, he is still working, and he was still working here in South Africa. I'm just using him as an instance, trying to, go to the point where this person is just trying to say that it's because you're black. He finished, paid so much pounds. Do you know what it means to pay so much pounds? To University of London, he did their master's degree in biostatistics and epidemiology. Very, very, in the London School of Hygiene. Very, very prestigious course. It was an online course where they had sections in somewhere in South Africa. They had exams here in South Africa and online and vice versa. But he felt as though it was okay since I graduated, and it's okay for me to, for us to just go for the graduation ceremony. And they denied for no reason. So when this person is trying to say that you're denied because you're black, I'm beginning to want to agree. But I don't know, who am I? What do I know? They denied, and it was very painful. They sent him his certificates without, I'm talking about my husband right now. They sent my husband his certificate without allowing him to come for his graduation ceremony. How cruel can that be? Yes, that was very cruel. And it looks like this thing that happened to Julius Malema. You're going to have a talk. People are waiting for you to come and have a talk in Cambridge, right? And then all of a sudden you are denied a visa. That means that talk you're not good. If you had a spot, had a something you were going to discuss, nobody's going to discuss that particular topic again. So I don't know if it's actually about being African or being black or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to. Most times, I don't want to believe in color and race and African marginalization. But some things can happen, and you're like having a second thought. Could this be? But let's go on.
Actually, opposing to British views. So this is what Julius Malema had to say back in 2015, and this is the reason why he was actually denied visa. There's no other way to put it. This is the reason why. I want you to listen to this. Listen to this. We're fighting for equality in our country. We do not want to replace white supremacy with black supremacy. The British government just denied visa to Julius Malema of South Africa. Apparently, they are scared. Apparently, they are scared. Julius Malema, if there is anybody to be talked about as a Pan-Africanist, a true Pan-Africanist who is a legitimate.
So could it be that the British are scared of Honorable Malema? I don't know. I don't know. Share your thoughts on the comment section, guys. Okay, if you're watching me, say hello and what do you think about this? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Local African politicians. The guy is so well conversed with global politics, global dynamics, and he knows what he's talking about.
Yes, this part I agree. If you listen to Honorable Julius Malema, you will know that he knows about international politics and policies. He's very well informed to, like, at least me listening for as a layman, I feel as though he's well informed. But share your thoughts.
That Julius Malema is intelligent.
Very
if you
intelligent.
ever listen to him making arguments, you can clearly see that this person, he may not have the academic credentials that some of you might have.
But he's a graduate. Yeah, he's educated. Yeah, so I mean, maybe he's not a PhD.
The guy is intelligent.
He is.
Yeah. So here's the background to this story. On the 10th of May, this weekend, African scholars at Cambridge University in the UK have organized a conference, and this is one of a kind, a conference for Africans. You understand? And it's not organized by a university or sponsored by a government, or no, it's African scholars themselves, individuals coming together and organizing this conference. So this is powerful. These are Africans who are living in diaspora, who are conscious about the plight of Africans and the future of Africa in general. And these people invited Julius Malema to come and speak. You understand? As a keynote speaker.
So this wasn't about just South Africa. You remember, Honorable Malema is a South African politician. It wasn't about South Africans in diaspora or South Africans. He was actually coming to address African students, not just South Africans. That's why I talked about Africa. It's time to wake up. This is about Africa. It's about the race. Africa is about the what's it called? Africa as a continent and the black race, if you can say so, because I mean Africa is dominated by the black race, but not being racist here anyway.
He invited Julius Malema to come and address them.
Okay.
And Julius Malema's office applied for a visa to go to the UK.
Okay.
In the UK, the Home Office of the UK just denied him the visa
for no reason.
Oh my God. Anyway, it's awakening time. It's awakening time for Pan-Africanism. And but here's the thing: Pan-Africanism has always been there. But the problem was, we didn't have enough knowledge, okay? Because when you are becoming independent, you also need to be prepared to survive as an independent entity. So Africa, we got our independence, but most of us, most of the African countries, when getting independence, we're not well prepared, okay?
So I agree with this person. He's saying that Africans as a whole, we are not. Like I'll use Nigeria as an instance. When Nigeria got independence, we decided to want to be independent, but why we are still where we are was that we were not equipped to handle that independence as an independent or a sovereign state. It's not about getting independence. Most countries in Africa were colonized by the British, by the French and all that, but we are quite equipped to handle our independence that we seeked and we got. That's why Africa is still where we are today, because of lack of equipment. Could it be financially? Could it be, I don't know, but we were not equipped to handle our independence. Hence why it still looks as if we are still backwards as a continent. Yeah.
In terms of governance, in terms of supporting the economy, in terms of manpower, in terms of expertise, we were like young countries which did not have enough resources to manage themselves, and that allowed.
No, but I don't agree with you. Africa has a lot of resources. Africa has a lot of resources, but we didn't have the capacity to manage the resources as a continent. If you look at different countries in Africa that has different, economic and mineral resources and natural resources to handle, but our leaders they didn't equip themselves as to how to manage those resources. Hence, some of them we are still relying on, some of the foreign leaders to come and help them manage the resources. That's why it still looks as if some of them are still, trying to please the foreign leaders. So we had resources, but we didn't know how to manage our resources as Africans. That's why we are still where we are. Look at South Africa, we have a lot of mineral resources in South Africa. Nigeria, we have a lot of mineral resources. Congo, we have a lot of mineral resources. Even Zimbabwe, a lot of African countries have mineral resources, gold, oil, crude oil, different kind of resources. But our leaders managing those resources, that's the problem. That is why it seems as if Africa is still backwards. So I don't agree with you, but let's keep listening.
The Western governments to continue manipulating our leaders and our politicians. Now, Africa has come of age. You understand? Africa has matured. Africa can never claim that we don't have the resources. We have the largest population of young people on this planet.
Yes.
We have so many well-educated Africans on this planet.
Yes.
In different fields. There's no any
at all.
Knowledge. The only difference is that most of these Africans who have studied and who have the knowledge are in diaspora.
Exactly. That is the problem we have. All these resources, we have mineral resources, we have natural resources, and we have human resources as Africans. We have humans that have been equipped, like that have been equipped for to do all this. But the problem is that most of these human resources are out of Africa. You will see a lot of talented young minds. Check when Canada is recruiting for their permanent residents. They kind of harvest and harness the best. You'll be young, educated, in the workforce, everything. That is the problem. That is the problem we have.
America, Europe, Asia, China.
They are everywhere. All our young people, all our equipped people, most of them, not all anyway, we still have some in Africa, but a lot of them are in other countries.
Given the opportunity and the incentives, we can return home. In the return of the African diaspora, the African intellectuals, especially not after they are retired, not when they are old, coming to Africa just to die, no. The young, dynamic African intellectuals deciding to return to Africa, to teach and lecture in African universities, to work in African research centers, to establish companies, to become entrepreneurs, to build Africa, even to govern, to become leaders. That movement is going to elevate Africa. You understand? Yeah. So you look at countries like Nigeria. I have made a video about Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the countries that has the smartest people on this planet.
Exactly.
Okay, Nigeria has some of the smartest people on this planet. If you go to America, see the university, the top schools in America, you find Nigerians. But then, most of these smart people are not given the chance. They are not allowed back home and given the permission to lead. You understand?
Exactly. That is the problem. A country like Nigeria, for instance, all those smart young minds and intellectuals are out of the country. Will the Nigeria government allow them to come and be part of the no? Corrupt leaders are there embezzling funds. They don't want the young people. They don't want the smart and well-meaning people to come back to Africa because or to Nigeria because they have plans to just keep embezzling. They know the way they embezzle funds. That's what they want to keep doing. So that is the problem Africa has. That is why it's time for Africa to actually wake up. If the young people can wake up and, I don't know how, if you have any idea, share on the comment section. It's really a very emotional thing for me to, talk about, but yeah.
Because the politics back home is controlled by those tribal leaders, the governors, the old senators, all those people.
Old politicians.
And if you're coming from school where you are progressive, they look at you as a threat.
Yes.
And they might eliminate you or they might suppress you.
Yeah.
Because another weakness that we have in Africa is also that we still have so many stupid people.
Yes.
We still have so many stupid people.
We have so many, not well-meaning politicians in Africa, in Nigeria, they benefit when the country is not moving forward. They benefit when things are anyhow. That's when they benefit. They will know that they are not going to benefit when things are, move well, work accordingly, due process. No, they are not going to benefit. So they prefer it that things keep being anyhow so that they will keep stealing. That's the problem.
People, but we also still have so many stupid people. And when these stupid people come together and decide to make their own decisions, you, the smart people, have no choice, have no chance.
No chance.
The power of stupid people when they come together is so strong. I'm telling you. So I'm hoping that people that are awakening will outnumber the ones that have been holding us back.
True.
Once we outnumber the ones that have been holding us back.
But how are we going to outnumber those people that are holding us back? Is it possible? Because those people that are at the helm of affairs, they are not ready to give up those seats. If you come to what happens in Nigeria during political takeover, during new office, you see that those politicians, those greedy politicians, oh my God, they can do anything just to retain power. So how are we going to be able to do this? How? That's the question. If you have any idea, share it on the comment section, guys, okay?
The new dawn for Africa. And it's coming.
I wish.
I'm
Amen.
so optimistic about that.
I hope
what's
so.
going to happen in this weekend in England, in Cambridge, has my blessings. I can't wait to read about the speeches and everything.
Okay, that's it, guys. This young African is a very hopeful person. I just like all of us are. When I actually lost hope, I will talk about Nigeria, where is my country, and because I know how things are. When I actually lost hope was during the last presidential election, seeing how people wanted change, and that change never came. That's when I lost hope for Nigeria. I don't know. Not really entirely losing hope, but for now, I'm not hopeful. what do you think on the comment section, guys? What are your thoughts? If you do you think Honorable Malema deserved not to, go and attend his conference that he was asked to come and speak, just and then the British denied him the visa? What are your thoughts on the comment section, guys? Give this video a thumbs up, please. If you're watching, give it a thumbs up, share, like, comment, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, and I will see you in our next one. Okay, bye, guys. Bye.